How did the Judiciary Act of 1889 resolve state court conflicts? Imagine a nation still in its infancy, trying to find a way to unify its legal system under a common framework. The challenge was significant because each state had its own courts, laws, and procedures, which often led to conflicting decisions and confusion about which laws should take precedence. The question was how to create a federal judiciary that could effectively resolve these disagreements and ensure consistency across the country. The Judiciary Act of 1789 was a landmark law that addressed this issue by establishing the structure of the federal court system. It created the Supreme Court, which would serve as the highest judicial authority in the land, and set up lower federal courts, including district courts and circuit courts. These courts were designed to handle cases involving federal laws, treaties, and disputes between states or citizens from different states. One of the key ways the law resolved conflicts between state courts was through the principle of federal supremacy. The act clarified that federal laws and the Constitution would take precedence over conflicting state laws. This meant that, when a case involved both federal and state issues, the federal courts had the authority to interpret and apply federal law, thereby overriding any inconsistent state decisions. Furthermore, the act provided for the appointment of federal judges who would serve during good behavior, ensuring a stable and consistent judiciary. These judges could hear cases that involved questions of federal law, and their decisions would set legal precedents that other courts, including state courts, would follow. This helped create uniformity in legal interpretations across the country. The act also established procedures for how cases could be appealed from state courts to federal courts. For example, certain cases involving federal questions could be brought before the Supreme Court through appellate processes. This mechanism allowed federal courts to review and, if necessary, overturn state court decisions that conflicted with federal law or the Constitution. In essence, the Judiciary Act of 1789 laid the foundation for a federal judiciary capable of resolving conflicts that arose between state courts and federal law. It created a hierarchical system where federal courts could assert authority over state courts in matters of national importance, ensuring that the laws of the United States remained consistent and upheld across all states. This framework helped to unify the legal landscape and establish the authority of the federal government in judicial matters.